Hello, and welcome to Minisode of Dissonant Waves. It is I, Trix, here with Domino.
Hello.
And today we have a bit of an interesting episode. Ritz is out with the flu, and so I figured we'd take a second to talk about our plan to kind of gaslight Ritz. Um,
All right.
a kind of like a retrospective of like albums that grew on us, and then I've got some trivia question cards from Trivial Pursuit RPM, which is an expansion for the game Trivial Pursuit Genus from 1984. So
Okay.
it's gonna get interesting.
We have a lot to talk about, I guess. Yes and no. But
Yeah.
you said gaslight. Tell me more
Yeah.
about this, girl boss. Ready to
Well,
gatekeep somebody?
yes, Ritz. Because I've been promising Ritz that this week or next week now, um, I was going to be doing Death from Above 1979's album Outrages Now,
Hmm.
but a friend of mine sent me this fucking hyper pop album that just feels like 2007 cartoons on acid. And I sent it to Domino. I'm like, I feel like I should do this after I do Death from Above 1979. And what did you say?
No, do it now.
Yeah.
Like you have to also show how you phrased it to me. That's the important
Uh,
part.
yeah, I felt like I said you might be a little too old for it.
Be a little too Gen Z for me, the late millennia. But
Yeah.
yeah, I challenged you because I can't let that stand. I'm only 27. I can't feel too old yet.
Fair enough. I'm 23 and I've got a bum hip, so I feel like an old lady.
Oh, you already got the. Oh, that never went away. I guess, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things where like if I strain my hip a lot, it fucking hurts. So like we moved a toilet this week out of the house this week, last yesterday, and that fucked my hip up.
Hopefully, you got a new toilet.
Yeah, we did. We were replacing the toilet.
Got it.
That's where the photos of me sitting on the toilet have been coming from.
Are we going for a deluxe two-seater? What do we got?
Two-seater. God, I wish. Um, no, the toilet that we had wouldn't like bolt to the ground properly, so it would leak,
Hmm,
and we wanted something with a bigger bowl.
got it. But anyway, yes, we. I have insisted you're doing Team Mechanicos. Was it class of 2000.3 or whatever?
Classic Project 2000,
It was like point three or something weird.
something like that on the Bandcamp release.
Yeah,
I'm going off the my memory of like the YouTube release or
fair
Spotify release.
enough. Fair enough. But yeah, I said pick it because now I've listened to it. Now I'm really interested to dive deeper into it.
Yeah, it's an interesting album,
I
for
want to
sure.
find out more.
Yeah. And the gaslighting Ritz part of this comes from the fact that I'm like, I'm still gonna lead on to Ritz that I'm gonna do Death from Above 1979.
And I am going to be doing the strapping young lad album City, which is a Devin Townsend album from back in the
Yeah,
'90s. So we're gonna
and
have
so
a
we're kind of playing off each other and trying to make this gaslighting thing work a little bit.
not even that, just like make it a more headache inducing episode. I think overall
Yeah, and we're
because
gonna say go last for the whatchamacallit.
whatever he's picking,
Yeah, he's gonna go last. Pick whatever he's picking last next week.
I have to ask: are you familiar with Gene Hoglan?
The name rings a bell.
He's a drummer. He's in a
No.
he's in a very famous metal thing from the 2000s.
Um, let's see here. Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
What is it?
Uh, Metalocalypse, Death Clock.
Yes. And so Gene Hoglan is in Strapping Young Lad.
That's cool.
So we got Devin Townsend, Gene Hoglan, some other people. City is going to be really interesting. I listened to it again today. Had a long drive. It's it's kind of front loaded with how heavy it is, but it's very heavy.
Gotcha.
Um, but I did want to mention what I'm doing after that because I'm very excited. I want to lock it in now.
Okay, okay.
Um, we're doing a minisode, and there's a subject we've not talked about in our minisodes in a minute.
Yeah. Albums that have grown on us.
Yes, yes, but I just want to mention in 2 episodes from now, I really want to go back to a band we used to cover quite a bit.
Okay. Of Montreal.
We already covered them recently.
Yeah, you're right.
But
Um,
like I said, we've covered them before. You and I have covered them before, but it's been a minute.
Against Me?
Day.
Green Day. Yes, you're right. I consider the minisodes separate from like the Green Day minisodes separate, if that makes sense. And so like my brain didn't make the connection.
As I said, we haven't talked about 100 minisode for it, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We've also never done Green Day on the main show,
Yeah.
so I want to change that.
Absolutely.
But
Bring Ritz on the hell.
because I think Ritz likes Green Day to an extent.
Yeah. I like them too. I mean, I saw them on their fucking whatever their 2012 album was. 21st Century Breakdown.
That's
Fuck.
2009 album.
That's what I meant. I'm sorry. I am a little out of it.
I'm down from another high.
Yep. I smoked the joint for the photo of this. And I figured like I got that joint for free, so I'm like I'm gonna smoke it before this, and because the world's on fire, you know.
Yeah, it's bad times.
Yeah.
I actually was gonna pick 21st Century Breakdown as well, so perfect timing.
All right.
But yeah, Roe v. Wade just got repealed or overturned here. Good stuff. Good stuff. Really
Good
makes you
shit,
feel
man.
good about the world.
Yeah, and guns got more rights.
Yes. And we're all fucked. But hey, let's talk about albums that grew on us.
Yeah. Let's talk about some good shit now, you know?
Yeah. We have 100, technically 102 episodes plus a bunch of minisodes that could count, I guess. We haven't done the
Yeah.
102nd episode yet. It's next week now, but those albums could count.
Yeah.
Anything you're thinking of?
I'd like to start at the beginning, and I'll say Janelle Monáe is stuck around.
Dirty Computer. Very good album.
You very great album, yeah.
Started this show off with a bang, doing Tism, Hot Flash, Heatwave, and Janelle Monáe.
Yes.
Tism has kind of gotten more respect from both of us, I think, especially after doing great trucking songs of the Renaissance.
Yes, absolutely.
But Janelle Monáe, I think, has always been the star of that show.
Yes.
There's a reason we did a whole mini-sode chronicling the albums that they did, the Metropolis stuff.
Which was very interesting.
Yes. Also fun that two of these acts now have come out as queer in some way.
Yeah.
We're still waiting on Tism, but we
I feel like it's just implied with Tism.
Sure, fair. But I think that's kind of like the fun ways that like this time has like passed now that we're 3 years into this basically, and look what has changed since we began.
Yeah.
I think what I like about this show is that we still try to find ways to like fuck on each other, impress each other, like just make it not an easy time always.
Yeah. Next week being a prime example of that.
Yes. Like we try to find new ways to keep it interesting, which is how the show remains good, I think.
Yeah, it's how our waves remain dissonant.
Yes. Let's see. Yeah. So let's see. I still like the Devin Townsend album, Addicted. It's still really good. No one else is listening to it. That's totally fine. We'll revisit this.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. I haven't really revisited it since we actually covered it, but like I've been getting more into the metal, so
yes, I think it'd be a fun little assignment for you when we get to next week in the Strapping Young Lad stuff.
Yeah,
I'd like you to listen to Strapping Young Lad. Keep in mind that that's 1997, and then listen to Addicted by Devin Townsend Project, and that's 2009.
Okay.
So a 12-year difference in just how much he has changed as like the brain of a musical act.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else? Still waiting on the Aiden Alexander album. That was episode 4.
Yeah, still waiting on that album.
He's released a couple singles since that are all right. They're not bad. But I would really like to see an album. He has promised an album for a very long time.
Yeah.
And like, it's the thing now in the streaming era to just release single after single after single. But like, that's fine, but don't promise an album.
Yeah.
What else is stuck with you?
Neutral Milk Hotel, if I'm gonna be honest. When we started this podcast, I didn't like Neutral Milk Hotel.
Oh, you said your dad didn't like it.
He didn't like it, and I listened to the album a couple times, and I think I just didn't get it at the time.
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm. And now it's great.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
Yeah, that was one of those things I probably discovered in college. And it's like, I think, yeah, like listening to Aeroplane for the first time was such a huge deal for me. I can't imagine like coming into it slowly, which can definitely happen, but
Yeah.
there were so many good memories associated with that album and bad memories. But, it was a
Yeah.
really lived in personal album for me that I will always cherish.
That's Rips One into the Night for me.
That's very fair. We just, episode 5, we did Neutral Milk for the first time. Episode 6, we did Petite League for the first time.
Yeah.
It's still the one
And
I come back to the least, but I do love
yeah.
Petite League now.
Every time I come back to Rattler, I'm like, why don't I come back to Rattler more? You know? But yeah,
It feels different.
it does, but like a good different.
I think I think it feels different for me just because it was the first one and we did it before we knew who Petite League was and what their whole thing was.
Yeah, and I came at them being like a big fan, waiting for that album.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like a lot of the acts that we've done, I can sense the chronology. I can sense the way everything flows.
Mhm.
But for whatever reason, the way we did Petite League Rattler is just like this monolithic exception where it just feels entirely insular for me.
I get you.
I don't know why, but what else? What else we got?
Uh, I'm trying to think, and I'm drawing a blank. Doctor Dog has stuck with me. That album, I listened to it before we started recording. If I'm gonna be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
They just broke up, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Sadly.
Yes. That's unfortunate. We don't really have a ton of that usually, which is surprising in a way considering how many acts we've covered.
Yeah.
Usually if they're broken up, they would have broken up already, or it's like Daft Punk where we cover them right after.
Yeah.
Early on we also started covering King Gizzard.
Yeah, and we still do King Gizzard.
Yeah, because there's just so much to cover.
Yeah.
And I don't really come back to Nonagon Infinity. I still think that's my least favorite, maybe in Red Infest the Rat's Nest. But every one we've done since then, I've gotten more and more into it.
That's pretty cool.
Like I love Omnium Gatherum. It's just so good. It's so expansive.
It still hasn't clicked for me. I'm gonna be honest.
It's entirely fair. Yeah, people can be wrong sometimes. I'm kidding.
Fair enough.
Um,
Beach Goons. I've stuck with the Beach Goons. Every now and again, I just go back to HRSB, and it just fucks so hard.
I actually do the same thing. That's the song I come back to the most. It's really good.
Yeah, it's that fucking like up tempo, fast pace.
Yeah.
Just, ooh. I went back to Plush recently.
Really?
Plush still fucks. I posted it in chat the other day that I posted the song Big Train, and I'm like, this song still fucks.
Oh yeah, I think you were listening to Plush and I started listening to the Middle East a little bit not long
Yeah,
after.
we were both listening to the Middle East.
Yes, you were sending it to your dad, who's still not listened to it as far as I know, but
Yeah, he hasn't gotten back to me on it.
Middle East is so good. That's like one of those things where it's like we still have that one split EP to cover, and we've also found now the lost tracks from the recordings of Middle East.
They bleed onto each other a little bit, but like it's still reasonable.
That's totally fair. I just feel like we should do our due diligence at some point and just finish covering them.
Yeah, like The Fall of Man is an absolutely gorgeous song.
Why did they get rid of it?
Yeah, it might have been a licensing disagreement or something.
We still, thinking a lot like things that we could still cover. We have the whole mixtape saga for Milk.
Yeah.
All the Neutral Milk Hotel stuff that's not official even.
Yeah.
It just really just falls upon us to like find the right project and like champion it until we're ready to cover it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta be like, hey, I got this thing called Team Mechanico, and I'm like, do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We got to do that sometimes. Got to be spontaneous.
Yes, I love the spontaneous. Like I always have my plans several episodes out of what I want to do, but most if not half the time, it just changes.
Yeah.
Like Strapping Young Lad, I was gonna do, and like when we did Rush.
Yeah, like I did it this week too with the Neophyte album, Precocious Neophyte.
Yeah, you that was another one you picked from that one guy.
Yeah, Doomsayer.
Yes, which that album, I don't know how I feel about it yet.
It feels derivative. but like it's a fun derivative.
But then I listened to it again today, and I like clicked with it a little more. So there might still be some evolution yet.
There might be.
That's one of those things
Maybe,
where it's like I'm.
maybe it's good we're getting another week on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I'm glad we have another week to like really sit in it. There
Yeah,
might be something to it.
marinate.
Also want to bring up Beach Bunny. I feel like
Oh yeah,
you two like Honeymoon. I thought Honeymoon was fine. Um, but I feel like
Honeymoon
overall,
has definitely grown on me.
but I feel like overall, like we were kind of not the best on Honeymoon. Like it was not like one of our favorites.
Yeah, I remember being real harsh on it because I had like just gotten out of my breakup,
Yeah,
and you sounded a lot like my ex.
but I think since then with Blame Game and all the singles leading up to the new album, we've kind of really done a huge turn on them, which is cool.
Oh, absolutely, we have.
Especially because that predates also like the me focusing on the local scene.
Yeah, and I still even like Prom Queen, and
Mhm.
their Audio Tree live set is amazing.
We still need to do an Audio Tree live episode.
We do.
I think that'd be so fun. We each pick like 2 Audio Tree live sets,
Yeah.
maybe from like bands we've covered before or something. I don't know, but that's definitely an
Yeah, I
idea
got
I
like a
have.
couple I can think of off the dome to do.
Like I know we could do the Homeless Wear one. We could do the Rainbow Kitten one. Colleen
Their
Mossy's done one.
their Audio Tree isn't that good if you ask me.
Which one?
Rainbow Kitten Surprise.
Fair enough.
The Native Son, if you remember them, they have an Audio Tree live.
We could do that one. That'd be a fun like little quirk of the system because yeah,
It's
Native
not
is.
it's KEXP, but that's basically the same thing.
Oh,
There
tricks. It has to be Audio Tree.
has to be Audio Tree.
That's the gimmick.
Okay, and we can do another one for KEXP then, because
We
with
could do
that
yeah.
there's like I'd want to cover Slift because that's where I first found out about them.
That's very fair. We could also do like a series of tiny desks at some point or something.
Yeah, there's the Shaky Graves Audio Tree.
Yes, I'm sure there is.
That's legendary, and we're gonna have to talk about that at some point.
Legendary?
Yes, like within the Shaky Graves community.
Interesting.
Like the version of Roll the Bones off of that has like 22 million views on YouTube.
Okay. I think that's another one that we could talk about that has blossomed with us, at least with the two of us.
Yeah, we have become big Shaky fans.
You more than me, absolutely.
Yeah.
But we did Roll the Bones X, and then like we just waited a whole year, and now we're just doing it regularly.
Yeah, which I'm cutting back on. I am cutting back on the Shaky Graves. It's even become a bit much for me.
I know. I do want to cover before we end the year. There should be like a couple more episodes left. I do want to cover that Trixie Mattel album.
Yeah,
because he's on there.
And if we do that, I want to make watching the Trixie Mattel Fender video mandatory just for shits and giggles.
Fair enough. But we gotta keep the spirit alive. We gotta keep Shaky has to haunt this year like a specter.
2022, the year of Shaky.
Yes, we've called this year the year of a lot of things, but really it's the year of Shaky Graves.
Yeah, I mean last year he put out the double album.
He did. We also need to prepare for Shaky Graves Day.
On the 9th, yeah.
Does he release new stuff every year for that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it just keeps compounding.
Yes.
How does he decide what's like a main release and what's a Shaky Day release?
I think he wants them all to be like Shaky Graves releases, and then but like the ones that are just out all the time are like the anniversary album or like a label requirement, you know.
Fair enough. He's really enigmatic, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'd have to guess. But yeah, a lot has grown on us. Like one of the big ones for me, Courtney Barnett.
Yes. You
like,
brought her up.
I really like that one when when I first listened to it, but then it just grew on me hard.
Mm-hmm.
One for both of us probably, like Drawing Blood.
I've always loved Gautier. Like I listened to Gautier before this podcast.
Gotcha.
It pisses me off that he's considered a one-hit wonder because he's not. It's just that in America, people only remember the one song.
Yeah.
But like, Heart's a Mess is a great song.
Absolutely.
And it was in the fucking Great Gatsby movie. It was killer.
It's been a minute since I've seen that Great Gatsby movie.
We should do that soundtrack as a selection for an episode. That'd be a really interesting selection.
Yeah.
I love what that soundtrack does for the movie. It's a really I will defend that movie a lot.
Fair enough.
Um,
My father likes it too. He says that he likes how it implies the relationship between Gatsby and McGuire's character a bit more.
I like that it goes for the trying to capture the feeling of the time, especially in the way that the soundtrack is modern but is meant to be reflective of how people viewed music of that time,
Yeah,
which is I think is
that,
a really interesting way to do it.
yeah, that is pretty cool.
Let's see what else is stuck. What else? I think we both kind of like Ween a bit.
Yeah, Ween has grown on me.
Yes, I like chocolate and cheese. The mollusk was really cool, but at first I would think it was just like a singular thing. Chocolate and cheese is really great though. Baby Bitch is a song I come back to quite a bit.
The Ween album I go to the most that we haven't actually covered, and it's 12 Country Greats.
I've heard that's also very good. I,
Piss Up the Rope is just a fucking great tune.
Anything else I want to super mention? Looking.
I'm trying to think too. Let me look through my Bandcamp. That's where I've got the my weird stuff. Witch Egg is kind of stuck.
Okay. Is Mike
Like
Kroll?
Mike Kroll has grown on me a lot.
Has he released new stuff? I was gonna ask.
Don't think so.
Interesting.
He did. One of his songs was in the Steven Universe movie though.
Yeah,
That
I
was
think
out.
we talked about that at the time.
Yeah, it is. It's still kind of weird to me. I'm gonna be honest.
It is very weird. Um, I think in terms of lore, the Cardinal Heart episode has grown on all of us.
Yeah.
That is, I think, a touchstone at this point of the podcast
Yeah.
because we got how bad that DD King album was.
God. Yeah.
And then like Fair Abraham is a weird touchstone for like hyperpop and everything.
Yeah.
And then Cardinal Heart just predicating or
Grief Eater.
precluding Grief Eater and everything else in between.
Yeah.
Um, Forgot about Adult Mom for a minute.
Oh, I listened to Adult Mom the other day, and I just had a good cry to myself. You know.
Still follow
I'll
Stevie on Twitter, but
Yeah, I'll put Driver on occasionally and just like fucking just sob for a bit because I need it. You know.
fair enough.
Like that is on my turntable right now.
Okay, I respect. I think one that stuck with us in the negative way is Alex Boniello.
The Caretaker, I guess, has been a little bit negative.
I mean, we reference it as a point of like this is the longest episode we had of listening,
Yeah.
but I still liked it.
Yeah, it was interesting. But
I think
it,
it's I
it took
think
a toll on my mental health.
yeah I think it's good that we covered it.
Yeah, it definitely is good that we covered it.
It was a really good challenge. It came at the
Yeah.
right time.
Yeah, like it was like right at the beginning of the lockdowns. We all had time on our hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we could have done that any other time, but
I don't think so. It was fun.
still waiting on Left at London to release more music.
They put out a EP already.
The Transgender Street Legend Volume 3, I think.
Came out Friday.
Okay. Yeah, I there was that, but there was supposed to be an album before also with TIAPFYH.
Gotcha.
It was supposed to that other one was supposed to be the debut, and then TIAPFYH kind of just came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows what the other project's doing, but
Yeah.
she makes good stuff. I would like to cover
Yeah.
her again at some point. You at some point the where we switch the parents that we pick for
Yeah.
albums our parents liked.
Yeah, I'd ask my mom. I'll ask my mom when that happens. It'll probably be something about like the new pornographers.
Mm-hmm.
My mom likes shit like that. Huge fan of what's her name? Nico
Shushu?
Case.
Nico Case, yes, you've mentioned that before, yes. I'm still a really big fan of what's that song called? How's It Gonna End? By
Reading.
La Bouquet.
La Bouquet, yeah. La Bouquet is still really good.
So I need to listen more to that album again, but that song still fucks.
Yeah.
That was a really
Um,
interesting poll you did that week.
yeah, I remember I I posted like the zoom in of like just the eye of like I think I put the whole album art and I'm like if you guys can guess the genre without looking it up, I'll reveal it to you. And You guys had to look it up because it just looks like a metal album cover on that one.
Yes, and like we never would have guessed that thing at all.
No.
I really, really still like Machine Gun Fellatio.
Machine Gun Fellatio is great.
I think that album's super good.
Yeah.
Leading, oof.
The Tycho Simulcast album, that's grown on me. I still not really a big fan of Weather, but I like his instrumental stuff better.
That's fair. I can't remember which one it was that gave me a little bit of anxiety attack, but one of those two did.
Yeah, I need to cover Dive one of these days. It's like one of like my favorite summer albums.
I don't know if you remember, but there was this other album we covered at one point called Gami Gang.
Yes, Gami Gang is still fucks unbelievably.
I to mention at least once per episode at this point.
It's understandable. You're gonna go to that show, man.
I am going to go to the. I finally got a ticket to see Origami Angel. There is a second ticket for whoever wants to go with me. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I had a goal this year to see them. I thought I missed them, but I did not.
Yeah. Along that term line, I still can't believe I got to see fucking Petite League.
Yeah, remember that time we went to Nashville?
Yeah, we went to fucking Nashville.
And then I went to Kansas City
Yeah.
because I had nothing better to do. And just like hung out with Petite League.
Yeah.
Like Lorenzo is like an acquaintance.
Yeah, it's a weird feeling, you know?
Yeah. And the, our episodes don't get a ton of views, you know, but
Yeah.
I feel like the people who do usually view it are the musicians themselves.
Yeah, we've managed to pull some weight in a weird way.
Yes. I think yeah, like I think Lucas has probably listened to at least the Grief Eater stuff, if not more. Eat Mini Me has listened to stuff, I know. Mitchell from Weekend Run Club has listened to stuff.
Yeah.
So we're weirdly known, besides being such a small show.
Yeah.
I think
Like
you know
we're the Yo Gabba Gabba of our time.
we need to get a special guest on from one of these groups at some point.
Yeah. That
I,
would be cool as hell.
I just am like afraid to tackle the world of like, do I have to like contact their booking agent? Oh God.
Well, I feel like if it was somebody like small enough like that, if you like send them a DM and they'd be like, "Hey, we have a podcast and we'd like to have you on. Could you throw us where we're supposed to go for that if we have to like contact an agent or something?" And I feel like they'll be polite enough to point you the way.
Fair enough. I'm new to that, and I don't look forward to like having to fumble through that.
Yeah,
Um, how do you feel about Turnstile?
hasn't really grown on me. I'm gonna be honest.
Me neither, but it is apparently is a one of the. It was an album that people paid attention to last year. I've noticed.
Yeah, I saw. I was scrolling TikTok and I've run into this comedian a few times who's doing a set in a Turnstile T-shirt.
Yeah. When I was at the second Grief Eater show last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, one of the singers had a Turnstile shirt on.
That's cool.
Yeah, so Turnstile's definitely caught on in a way. I mean, some of the songs were good. I just never quite got the hype.
Yeah, I get that.
Oh, hold on. I just remembered something. I need to find out more information real quick.
Okay.
Uh,
In the meantime, Fourth Wanderers was always pretty cool. I need to cover their album Television, I think it is. No, it's not Television.
no,
It's
that's not it.
something like that. One of the songs is called Television, but it's a great album. Liquids has grown on me. I think that might just
Liquids.
be
Okay.
yeah. Like I like that lo-fi 80s punk sound that just sounds like it was recorded in a trash can on a Fisher Price tape recorder. I just dig that.
That's fair. I can't fault you for that. That's a very specific vibe that
And
I can
it
appreciate.
might also be like close proximity to the band because I do live by them now.
Yeah. You are close to them. Is that the closest? Is that the band you're closest to physically?
So,
Like you
unless we
technically,
know any that are in Louisville.
you're probably closer to Louisville than South Bend.
I am closer to Louisville than South Bend. Louisville is only an hour and a half away. South Bend is 4 hours away.
Where is this?
Asheville is about only an hour further than South Bend, to give you the idea.
Just say that again.
Nashville is only an hour away longer than South Bend.
Okay. So I got I got a notification about a tweet.
Yeah.
Let me just send you this link to this tweet.
Okay. I'm a little worried, but
I'm sending it to your personal DM.
all right. I made an album on Sand Ink, my friend's joke label. It's clearly my magnum opus from Stomach Book. Grindcordian
Yes.
by Aesthetic, Copacetic Septic System.
And the songs are 18 seconds, 15 seconds, 3 seconds.
And it's apparently like grindcore post black shit.
And then the last song is 2.5 minutes.
Damn.
So that's something we should probably cover at some point.
Yeah.
We might do a couple of these out because this label, Sand Ink, has, I think it really is a joke label. There's a bunch of stuff here. Oh, there's a ton of stuff here.
Yeah.
This is the first one came out in November of 2021. There is a ton of shit here.
Damn.
Yeah, no, this is some weird shit. If we gotta do something with this, because like that thing that just came out, there's already like 3 things in front of it.
Yeah. I want to cover the new Porcupine Tree, but I have to cover old Porcupine Tree first.
Oh, do you now? Interesting.
Yes. Because like I haven't listened to the new Porcupine Tree yet, but we need to talk about old Porcupine Tree because old Porcupine Tree fucks.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna send you
yeah.
this link here. Hold on.
All right.
This Bandcamp link. I don't know how to pronounce this even.
Cum Crush. Heart Cum Crush by Anime Slay Woman.
And all the song, 9 of the 10 songs, 9 of the 10.
Second song.
Yes. And then the last song is 12 seconds long.
Yeah. The length of the album is under a minute.
You know what? Man. You know what?
Yeah.
We could stop live. We could do this live. We could stop recording, do it live, or I could edit it out later and just listen to it fully.
I'm pulling it up on my my computer. Hold up. Oh man. All right. Tell me when to press play.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, that's hilarious.
All right. Let's just let Ritz know we're covering that album.
Okay. Oh my god. Vibe Waker is where it fucking killed me.
Very fair. So that was the first time listening. You gotta listen to it again, right? You gotta listen to it a couple times. Really soak it in. Really dick soak it in.
Yeah.
All right.
Vibe Waker is what I lost it on. Fucking my god. Let's
go again. Right. All right.
Yeah.
And then the text says, "We found this album someplace full of really cool ancient people I like." Huh. Released June 24th, 2022. This epic world by our good god. And I'm guessing the image is from Fate Stay Night. It looks like a archer or saber or something.
All right.
And I gotta listen to each album at least 3 times.
Yeah. So
let's go one more time.
Get on that. One sec. All right, and. I think this album is how you spot a Gen Z.
What am I then?
I don't know, cause like I put it on and I'm just immediately laughing.
Start laughing around 3 or 4 or 5, somewhere in there.
Gotcha.
Um, so yeah, we can officially review this now.
Yeah.
We've taken the time to really listen to it and get to know it. It
Yes.
is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 seconds long, 10 tracks.
Yeah.
Um, you really like, you said Vibe Waker was where it started to really
Vibe
click.
Waker and Dick Stoker is where it clicks.
That Weep is really good.
Yeah.
I really like the twist of Rush Kusum. I don't know how you pronounce it. Crushcom. Yes. Um, it just goes and it goes and it gets more and more reverb and echoey, and that 12 seconds really feels like a lifetime in a good way.
It's like it's the audio version of a deep fried meme.
I think the cover really sells it.
Yes.
It's also a free download.
Capitalize on that, folks.
Downloading it now. So,
Same.
we have covered an album on this episode,
Yeah. We weren't expecting that.
but I think it's got some cool stuff in it. It's not the worst thing you listened to this year.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna say favorites are probably like Vibe Waker, Dick Soaker, and then uh, Crush Come definitely is my favorite. Least favorite,
Yeah.
I think Moneymaker's a bit basic.
Yeah, the first half really it really needs that buildup of like the first half doesn't quite hit right.
Right, but then
Like
it sets you
when
up
you
for the
come back
next
when you
half.
come back to it, yeah, it sets you up good for the next half. But like as its own, the first half does not stand alone.
This is true. This is true. We were talking about
Yeah,
stuff that that
grew
grew
on
on
us.
us.
Talked for that album more than it runs for.
Yes. Um, anything else I want to mention on that subject? There was that song on the Joe P album, Yellow Lights, I think it
Yeah,
is. I really like that song still. I think that's a really good
yeah,
Tom Yorkie song. I don't think Ritz saw it at the time, but that is a very clearly a Tom York song.
I can see that.
His solo stuff, I like the vibe of it a lot, and anything that reminds me of it, it's rare, but it's there.
Yeah,
Hikaru Utada, Bad Mode's a great album still.
yep,
I still like songs off there quite a bit. One Last Kiss, Bad Mode itself, great banger tunes.
yeah,
Can't believe we listened to Yes this year. It doesn't even feel like this year.
yeah,
I think our low point was definitely this year, the Alex Cameron episode so far.
yeah.
Like, Can't Wake Up, I think, is Shaky Graves' least exciting album.
It's interesting, but it's not his best.
Right. You know, that Riddle for Kids stuff, that's really grown on me. I listen to it quite a bit now.
I still can't get into that stuff. It's like more extreme version of Beefheart.
But how does it compare to Anime Slay Woman?
I think Anime Slay Woman is a little bit better, and I don't think Ritz will fault me for thinking that.
I mean, the brevity does help.
Yeah, brevity is the
Comedy.
soul of wit, as they say.
Yeah, there's comedy in that brevity.
Hmm.
And I think also we've gone in record time from liking Pup to being okay with Pup.
I still like Pup.
I just think Morbid Stuff was a bit of a letdown comparatively.
Yeah, you are right with that. I go back to Unraveling more than Morbid Stuff.
And we passed episode 100. Woo! Other than that, though, that's really all I want to say about that stuff. We're already 45 minutes into this.
Yeah, and we're about to go just a little bit longer, you know.
Yeah, let's play
Because
some Trivial Pursuit.
in front of me, I have a box of Trivial Pursuit cards from 1985, and let me find the directions again so I can read them off to you. Hold up, I am backing through all of my stuff. I am an idiot. I've got it. All right, so there are 6 categories, and this is all about music, and it's from 1985. So prepare for it all to be about either like very modern synth shit or like really old shit. So
Okay,
the 6 categories are cover notes, your mother should know, 50s, 60s, after the Beatles, and anything goes.
let's go with After the Beatles, Tricks.
Okay, after the Beatles. What one-time Beatle did Elephant's memory back?
Oh, God, okay.
This is the kind of questions they are.
Elephant's Memory does sound like a good modern band name. I'm surprised it's already taken. I'm gonna take a stab in the dark and say George Harrison.
It's Lennon.
Lennon's not that cool, but okay.
Yeah.
All right, hit me with something else.
All right. Category you want?
Same card?
Different card.
Oh, what are the 6 categories again?
Cover notes. Your mom should know. 50s, 60s, after Beatles, and anything goes.
Let's go with 60s tricks.
Who played played auto harp on the Love and Spoonful?
Mama Cass.
John Sebastian.
This is going so well. Anything goes, tricks.
Anything goes. What 2 countries were the world's biggest producers of electric guitars?
Germany and the USA.
It is the U.S. and Japan.
Ooh, interesting.
Japanese guitars are absolutely wonderful. I have a few and I love them.
I was half right on that one.
Yes.
Let's go with Your Mother Should Know.
Where are you bound for if the train don't stop and turn around?
A Highway to Hell?
Alabama.
What is that a reference to, even?
I have no fucking clue. Okay. So, some of these I have to just ask because, like, this is from the 60s. Which Beatle had his tonsils removed in February '65?
Ringo Starr, live on stage.
George Harrison.
Throw me another one. Anything.
Okay. Let me grab a fresh card. You have not gotten 1 point yet.
Nope. We're gonna go till I get a point.
What nostalgic bandman spent 62 of his 75 years as a leader? This is Mom.
Glenn Miller.
Guy Lombardo.
I've barely heard that name before.
Which Liverpool bus terminal became the title of a Beatles hit?
Abbey Road.
Penny Lane.
Of course.
What Elton John song claims "I quit those days and my redneck ways"?
Benny and the Jets.
Honky Cat.
I've not listened to Honky Cat, I'll be honest with you.
Neither have I. Let's see here.
Great relic of the 1985.
Yes. You're probably gonna get the anything goes questions more likely.
Probably.
What tuning aid was invented in 1711 by John Shore, trumpeter and lutenist of the Chapel Royale?
What tuning instrument?
Yes.
Metronome?
That is a rhythm instrument. Like, it helps you with your rhythm. Does not help you tune.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know then.
The tuning fork.
Oh, fuck. I could have gotten that one.
Yeah, I felt like that one was kind of obvious. What kind of instrument is nicknamed a Strad?
Stratocaster?
No, Strad with a D.
Your mom's dick? I don't know.
A Stradivarius violin.
This is so bad.
Oh my god. I didn't expect it to go this poorly. What punk group did Handsome Dick Manitoba sing for?
The Turtles.
The Dictators.
Fuck.
What president once sang Amazing Grace with Willie Nelson?
Well, that could be any number of presidents.
Think about the president most likely to associate themselves with Willie Nelson in '85.
Oh, Ronald Reagan?
God, no.
Jimmy Carter?
Jimmy Carter.
Still didn't get the point.
What 3 notes make up a C chord?
Oh God.
Da da da.
ABC?
No. It is C, E, G, and G.
Okay.
Okay. What one-time Beatle owns the publishing rights to Autumn Leaves and Sentimental Journey?
Harrison.
Paul McCartney.
All right.
What did Hollywood's Mr. Nudie charge for Elvis's gold tuxedo? $100, $1,000, or $10,000?
Gotta be $10,000, right?
It is $10,000.
Multiple choice gives me the point.
Yes.
Ask me some more.
Okay. Whose 71 funeral saw the Allman Brothers perform in memory of Elizabeth Reed?
Elizabeth Reed's?
No, Dwayne Allman's.
Why was she memorialized then?
It was one of their songs.
I could see why the Allman guy was memorialized. Why her?
It was a song by the Allman Brothers. It was played at his funeral.
Oh, but the song was about her.
Yes.
Got it.
What Gershwin piece suffers from a good case of the blahs?
Rhapsody in Blue?
Blah blah blah.
Fuck.
What pop piano duo met as preschoolers and attended Juilliard together?
All Notes?
Ferrante and Teacher. I have no idea who the fuck
What the
they are.
fuck?
That's from the 50s.
All right.
What rising group did the Beatles invite to their 63 concert at Royal Albert Hall?
Okay, let me think about this for a second. Beatles, Royal Albert Hall, 1963.
Do you want a hint?
Yeah.
The singer has a child younger than his youngest grandchild.
Mick Jagger? The Rolling
Yes.
Stone?
Yes.
Oh, the Rolling Stones.
I'll give you that one. What portable electric and grand instruments is a Yamaha CP70B?
What portable electric and grand instruments?
Yes. Is a Yamaha CP70B.
I don't even understand this question enough to give you an answer. Can you explain it to me?
So it's a piano.
Okay.
And so pianos come in electric, upright, and grand.
Oh, okay. Got it. That's just a weird wording that I did not get.
Yeah, it's a trivial pursuit question. They do that. What 66 Beatles number is the first to employ reverse tapes?
I Am the Walrus?
Rain.
I don't even know Rain.
Where are you going to in Oh Susanna?
Alabama?
Louisiana.
Ah!
What Soulster's first R&B hit was Try Me?
What Soulsters?
Yes. First R&B hit was Try Me.
Marvin Gaye.
James Brown.
Hmm.
How many original members of Chicago weren't born there?
All of them.
1. What animal did Igor Stravinsky compose Circus Polka for in 1942?
An elephant.
Correct.
Okay. I don't know how I knew that, but that came to mind very easily.
Well, I mean, like the go-to circus animal is an elephant.
And as we know, John Lennon played with elephants.
Yes. Speaking of the Beatles, which Beatle produced Badfinger Straight Up?
Whichever one probably produced Motorfingers as well.
Yeah, George Harrison.
Yeah, I never would have gotten that one.
Let's see here. Hold up. How many notes can a modern violin bow sustain simultaneously?
4.
2.
Oh, interesting.
Because of the extreme angle of the or the extreme fingerboard radius, you can only get 2 at a time.
That's what they call me, extreme fingerboard radius.
What martial art did James Brown, Billy Joel, Jackie Wilson, and Peter Criss practice?
Kung Fu.
Boxing.
The fuck? That's not a martial art.
Technically, it is.
Show me that boxing is a martial art.
It's martial, like you fight people with it, and there's an art form to it.
Fuck.
What song's troubled production contributed to the breakup of Simon and Garfunkel?
Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Correct.
I don't know how I knew that one, but I did.
You're at 4 points.
Let's go for 5.
Who did Paul McCartney mean in his noting? We were 12 then, but in spite of his sideboards, we went on to become teenage pals.
John Lennon?
Correct.
5 points. How about that? Look at that.
5 points. Hell yeah.
Any other ones you want to ask?
Sure. I'll pull out one more card and we'll do some of these.
No, let's pull out one more card. We're gonna do all the questions on the card.
Okay. Who did Illinois Congressman Peter Mack label top dog in the payola field?
What?
Who did Illinois Congressman Peter Mack label top dog in the payola field?
Richard Daley.
Dick Clark.
All right.
What Broadway star was California Here I Come written for?
Barbra
Oh no.
Streisand.
Al Jolson.
Oh.
What trumpeter hit with Sugarfoot Stomp and Satchel Swing?
Donald Trump? That trumpeter?
No, Louis Armstrong.
I should have known that. He is known as
You
Satchel,
should
isn't he?
have.
Yes. I was going for the joke more than the answer.
What psychedelic philosopher declared the Beatles to be the prototype of a new race of laughing freemen?
The Dalai Lama?
Timothy Leary. What
Sure.
girl's been living in her uptown world?
Twiggy.
Uptown Girl.
Fuck. Fair enough. That was the song that was the song
Living
that
in her uptown world.
that was the song that came to mind, but I thought I don't know. I thought it was by like Velvet Underground or something.
What stringed instrument was patented by the Honolulu Ad Club in 1917?
The ukulele.
Correct. You got 6 points.
Time to spend them on nothing.
If you would have hit 10, well, you would have gotten skip this album for a week card. Or you could force me to do something different.
We can keep going.
Okay.
I have all the time in the world.
So do I. It is 3 a.m, and I took a fat nap earlier. What rock philosopher produced Good Singin', Good Playin' for Grand Funk Railroad? You should know this one. We've talked about him before.
What rock philosopher has produced for Grand Funk Railroad, basically?
Yes. Good Singin', Good Playin' for Grand Funk Railroad. He was inspired by Beefheart.
Frank Zappa?
Yes.
All right.
Would you have gotten that without that hint?
No.
Let's see here. What year did Little Stevie Wonder score his first number one?
1973.
1963. What color wine was Always Elvis marketed after his death by Italy's Frontenac company?
Red.
White.
It was like a 50-50 shot.
It was a 50-50 shot. Would have been real weird if you went in with something like rosé. What singer-songwriter penned My Girl for the Temptations and My Guy for Mary Wells? I think you might have heard of this name before, but I don't think you're going to get this question.
Woody Guthrie.
Smokey Robinson.
I have heard the name before, correct.
What crooner accompanied restaurateur Toots Shore on a 1944 visit to Franklin D. Roosevelt?
Will we repeat that question?
What crooner accompanied restaurateur Toots Shore on a 1944 visit to Franklin D. Roosevelt?
Frank Sinatra.
Correct. You're at 8.
Mm-hmm.
What first follows That Old Black Magic's?
Sex.
Got Me in Its Spell. It's from the 1950s.
All right.
A lot of these questions are about the Beatles, so I'm going to start skipping some of those.
Ask me some Beatles. I wanted to hear about the Beatles.
Who sings Yoga Is As Yoga Does in the movie Easy Peasy Come Easy Come Easy Go? George Harrison, Elvis Presley, or Maharshi Mahesh Yogi?
Yogi.
Elvis Presley.
Hmm.
What Emily Bronte title did Kate Bush borrow for a 78 hit?
Wuthering Heights?
Correct.
It's like the only Emily Bronte song, I think, book.
Probably. I don't fucking know. What are Beethoven's The Ruins of Athens and Egmont?
What?
What are Beethoven's The Ruins of Athens and Egmont?
Symphony number 5?
Overtures.
Okay.
These are like some of the worst trivia cards I've heard, and I honestly kind of like that, you know?
Yeah, this is like expert level play.
What parenthetical title of Marvin Gaye's Mercy, Mercy Me?
What's going on?
The Ecology. What 1943 Rodgers and Hammerstein play won a Pulitzer Prize?
Oh, God.
Can you name a Rodgers and Hammerstein play?
Yes. South Pacific?
Oklahoma.
God damn it! I was in
Was that what
that.
you were thinking?
I was in that, and I was exactly what I was thinking. But I'm like, 43, middle of World War II, could be South Pacific.
It was a good guess. I will say that. What year
And
did Andy Williams start hosting his TV variety show?
1951.
57. What multi-membered folk act did Randy Sparks found?
Creedence Clearwater Revival.
The New Christy Minstrels. What Marvin Gaye song philosophizes poisoned is the wind that blows from the north and south and the west?
I really don't know my Marvin Gaye, but I'm really going to have to guess Sexual Healing.
It's Mercy, Mercy Me, the Ecology. What was Duke Ellington's first full name?
Richard?
Edward Kennedy Ellington.
Okay.
All right, Beatles question. What veteran of the art noted it's bloody difficult lying in bed for a week when you are perfectly healthy?
John Lennon.
Correct.
He did the
10
fucking
points.
lay-in with Yoko. I know that one.
Yeah. What's the cunning title of the Byrds' 73 reunion title?
The Yardbirds.
The Byrds.
Of course.
Different band than the Yardbirds.
I know.
I'll read this card and then we'll call it good.
All right.
What band leader's 1938 Carnegie Hall concert featured the famed Gene Krupa drum solo on Swing, Swing, Swing?
Glenn Miller.
Benny Goodman.
All right.
Who boasted, I never wrote a song in my life, but I collect a third interest on all songs I sing?
Bert Howard.
Elvis Presley.
Oh, fair enough.
What sick comic opened for the Mothers of Invention at San Francisco's Fillmore in 1966?
Andy Kaufman.
Lenny Bruce. What punk group commemorates late members of the Kennedy clan to its name?
The Dead Kennedys.
Correct.
That one's obvious.
That one is pretty obvious. Who preceded Pierre Boulez as conductor of the New York Philharmonic?
Glenn Miller.
Name a famous conductor of the New York Philharmonic.
Benny Goodman.
Leonard Bernstein.
Oh, fair enough. Lenny Niehaus. Okay, 11 points.
But yeah, I have a shitload of these questions. We'll have to tear into them at a later date.
I guess that'll do it for Dissonant Waves for this week, for this minisode then. Unless you have anything else you want to cover.
No. That's about it.
Do you want to rank the albums we covered?
Yes, number 1 is Come Crush.
By
Anime Slay Woman.
All right, excellent. And then I also say number 1 is Heart Come Crush by Anime Slay Woman.
Yeah.
Also favorite and least favorite. And then that's going to be it for Dissonant Waves. Ritz's information will be in the description below. Since he's not here, he doesn't get to say it. I've been Dominic. You can catch me online on Twitter at DACICHOCKI. I'm also on YouTube, Dominic Chikoki, though my YouTube's not that exciting.
I've been Tricks. You can catch me on Twitter at procrastinaut_. I also have a YouTube account where I think I'm going to be uploading a video somewhat soon. I had a really dumb idea, and I'm going to write it tonight and film it tomorrow. So
fun.
Yeah.
All right.
And catch us all on Twitter at Dissonant Waves and Dissonant Waves at Space.
Excellent. Well, I think this is one of our more successful minisodes.
Yeah. Probably our longest minisode, if I had to guess.
One of them. I think no, we've gone longer.
Yeah.
I think Halloween and horror movies are our most successful episode was 2 hours.
Yeah.
But anyway, that'll do it for us. Have a great morning.
Yeah.
I pressed the wrong button.